Oh, shoot. So, the point of going live with the video is the video is right there when we go live. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with my nonsense. Sometimes I do not work tech appropriately. Sophia, I am so excited. This is our second live, and you have brought such a great topic to the forefront today. I would love to have you just tell everybody really what is this conversation about and just dig in.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sofia Rego, and yes, I'm tuning in today from Stockholm, Sweden. And our topics that we are bringing up with Brittany on this Rolodex topics is holistic and spiritual healing. And what has been coming through for the past few with different clients, friends in this room, or even if they're not in the holistic realm, is when you're feeling stuck, what do I do? And this is where the topic comes. As a spiritual person, I have so many tools that I have learned and I have gained for the past 20 years. And I do have those moments when I have come across people and say, I'm feeling stuck. I don't know what I should do. And this is something that I spoke about some while back, that when you bump your hand onto something, you will rub it, right? And if you're hurt really bad, you will call on to somebody like, I need help. And that's one of the reasons, as spiritual healers, when people come to us, they know that they can heal themselves, but they also need a support system, someone who can just give them the nuggets of insights of what they can use. They may already have them. It's not that we don't have tools in our lives that we can use, but we need kind reminders. Um, I personally have started my life with kind of going into the massage industry, like massage part of healing. So that has been one. Then I had Reiki. I have so many different tools that I come with. But my most important is intention. Setting an intention when you're feeling blocked and then getting the insights. But there is moments where you really feel blocked and you don't know what to do, and that's when you call somebody and talk to them. And conversations can be great way to bring those. And so yeah, I would like to hear from you, Brittany. What would be your tool, like if you've struggled with something, and what would be your first tool to kind of go into when you're feeling stuck?
For me, Davika Lyles has always she helped me a lot when I was stuck, and she does transformative sexology. She's amazing, but she took into consideration a landmark forum practice, which is what is so. And when you can actually take the emotion out of a situation and really just lay it into what is so, you're able to find a ground and a commonality that has always really been able to help me get to where I need to be, right? Because if you stub your toe hurts, but you're screaming in agony, and really it probably didn't hurt as bad as it didn't hurt that bad. But when you're able to look at, okay, this hurt, how can I manage it? Um, just being able to reach out and like you said, have that support system of, in this situation, who do I reach out to? In this situation, who do I reach out to? And that really comes into that side of things of, who are you for other people and who are you for yourself? We had the conversation earlier today of what your vision for the world is and what your mission is. And when you're creating that space, how do you support people when they need it the most? Or are you not a support person? Some people can't cope with people. Your issues are yours. I will manage over here in my corner. And really being able to acknowledge that and know who to turn to for the right answers. So, Sophia, give us some of those answers.
Yes, that is so true. I love that you said that reach out to someone that can help you. And you have to know who you are, what kind of responses you can also receive. Because when you're in that space, you can also reject because you're in a space of like, I can't, but at the same time, knowing that you have someone to have that conversation. So, having a very clear understanding of this is what I want, this is how I'd like you to support me. So that can be also a way to start the conversation. And toolbox, actually sitting down when you're not having struggles, or when you're not having those block moments, to actually sit down and write. What I do is have a small little box, what I call a spiritual toolbox. And take a small piece of paper, write all the tools that you've learned, if it is meditation, if it is journaling, if it is as simple as doing the basic tasks like walking out. If you're feeling struggle, if that works for you, write it on a piece of paper, have that box, and that's the box to go to, and that's your toolbox. And then you just put your hand in, pull out, look if that works. If not, put it back and pull another one out. And then you will start to resonate to see, okay, on this day I needed this tool, and on another day I needed another tool. And then you will intuitively kind of sense, oh, okay, now once you've had that practice of like, okay, I'm having the stuck feeling, also having three people on your list, um, contacting them. And if they don't reply, knowing that that's okay, that you have another person, and then another person. And then even if you have to have like five, six people, go down that list of contacting them and being as clear as, I really need to talk, having like a code word. It's urgent. Because when someone, like, if you're contacting me and I'm busy, I will say, okay, I will reach out to them. But if I know that it's urgent, I will do something. And if I can, I will reply and say, okay, I have this time, I'll contact you, even if it's for 5 minutes. And that can give you such a way of like, okay, there's someone. Right now, there is what we're talking about is what's happening in the world around us collectively that we feel. And so that's also knowing, who does it belong to? Is this my anxiety or someone else's that I've taken on? And this is one of the tools I use from Access Consciousness that I've spoken about before. It's about just using clearing statements and using expanding exercises. It's like a meditation, but it's you expand it with asking questions from Access Consciousness. So one of the tools I use, and this the week after is actually Global Bars Days, where we use 32 points on the head. And this is a very physical session that I do with my clients, is to clear limiting beliefs. And it's so relaxing. At the same time, it really brings down the nervous system. So if you haven't tried an access bar session, I would recommend to go and get your bars run. And this coming on the 21st of October is where many of us as practitioners, we are gifting shorter session, like a 30-minute session where you can come and experience it. Going back to other treatments, you have tapping. Something that has helped me is I tap different parts of the body, and that kind of also regulates your system when you are stressed and you're feeling blocked. Feeling then you have your chakra system. You have, so there are so many tools out there, and I love that the healing part of it, the holistic side of it, the spiritual side of it. If we talk about the spiritual side of it, is knowing who your spiritual team is and bringing them closer, calling on to them to ask them to give you insights, to give you signs of how can you find clarity when you're feeling stuck. So yes, and prayers can also help in that way for many people who are more in the religious aspect of spirituality, is to pray. So yeah. Any tools that you can think of, any healing modalities that you've heard of, Brittany, that you can name?
Yeah, I am actually going to throw into the chat my anxiety toolbox. It is exactly what you're talking about, and it is created by Ellie Scott. She is phenomenal, but she realized that she would go to therapy, right? That's her person, therapy, and you learn things, and they tell you all those things, and you can cope in therapy. But then when you go out, you forget everything because you're in the middle of it. And I love how she, use your tools, put them in a box, carry it with you, put it in your trunk, put it where you need it. And she created it looks like a lunchbox. But when you mentioned calling friends, have your friends have their own toolbox. This is how you manage me. This is and when I say manage me, when we're in distress, sometimes we can't manage, right? Sometimes I know for me, I'm strong all the time. And I just want somebody to let me just collapse. Let me collapse and cry in your lap while there's a movie on, or however that looks. But being vulnerable enough to have those people have those things of, if I text you, please just text me right away and say, hey, give me this time, or, this is where I'm at. Here's my toolbox. Can you dig into it? Like, show them your toolbox, show them how it works. Because if you're inside of your head, have somebody be able to work that toolbox with you. I think that's a phenomenal idea, Sophia. Thank you so much. And you get to build it yourself, right? Like you said, everybody's different.
And we have the tools, like I always talk to my clients about. I'm not telling you anything different. I'm sure you've read about it. I'm sure you've this. But like with my massage clients that meet me, they're like, I know my shoulder is stressed. But it's like at that moment, it's a go, and I go, take a warm shower, take a warm bath. Oh yeah, I could do that, but then so it's a reminder to us all that we have tools in others. It's so different for everyone, knowing what works for you, and that's a great point that you pull out is to tell your friends also, because they could come up with something totally different that you might not want to work with sometimes, or you're not comfortable because everyone is so different, and sometimes it could trigger you too. So them also knowing what can help you, and just reminding them, okay, what can we work with today, or just the conversation. Sometimes someone wants to just vent and I've had a bad day, I want to talk to you about this. I just want you to listen. And that sometimes can also be as a therapist, as a friend. I always tell my friends, sometimes I just need to call you and vent. If it's okay, I don't want advices. I don't want what I can do or what should have done, but I just want to be heard. And so that's one part of, working with the healing, because healing is such a vast, and even through conversations, my friends know this, through conversations with me, it's healing. So I start to yawn during, and they know this, and they're like, oh, are you clearing me? And I go, yes, because this is what I do for a living. And this is what is also what I do in general context. Like, that's my life. It's like if something comes through to me and they know they're calling me, and I'm like, okay, clearing is going to come through. I'm going to use it if that's okay. And they go, yes. And that's one of the reasons I have friends calling me, and they know that they can get some insights and inputs. But also, I have friends that are like, you know what, Sophia, we know you're a therapist, but we don't want you to use your therapy. We just want you as a friend. And then I'm also very mindful of that.
And that's huge. When you can step aside, because we all want to help, right? We all want to, there's helpers, there's doers, there's I can do it betterers. But when you can step aside and really just be present to, what does this person need right now? And ask the question. Maybe you want to do something, but the question is, how can I help you right now? Because people don't know how to, one, a lot of people don't know how to ask for help. And if you see somebody in distress, ask them, how can I help you in this moment? Don't assume, because not everybody wants to collapse and cry, right? Some people want to just hold their head up, speak their mind, and move forward. And for some people, that's a struggle. It's a struggle to navigate a different way. But the point is to support that person in their way.
Yeah. And I think that's when it comes to asking for help, sometimes they don't know even where to start. So it's as simple as this is who I am, this is what I'm going through right now. And that conversation starter can be, I am struggling. And then you go, okay, what can I do for you? So this coming, actually, this today and this coming week, I'm working a lot with clearing my friends and my clients their charts. So I work with healing their charts, like their astrology charts. So I put a crystal grid on that, and then I also work with crystal grids on your CV. So anyone that is going for an interview and they're like, okay, they're anxious because the level of anxiety, like I need this job, I this is what I'm asking for, and it's struggle right now. People to find a job. It's been so I have a few CVs that I'll be doing crystal grids on, and then I'm also be doing astrology charts, healing. So we're coming close to the new moon. So whoever's watching us, please take this week to just soak in, just relax because we're going to get a lot of insights, a lot of new ideas, but also setting a goal of how you're going to take this coming month, the Libra month, that is all about balance. So, how we can balance our personal life, our business life. I think that's a great energy to work with.
Yeah, and inside a balance, remember it always ebbs and flows. It's really important. All right, everybody, we are coming to an end of our time. So if you are interested in any of those services or more, because Sophia has amazing services, go ahead and over on that side, the QR codes are over there. Book time with everybody. And just really, if you liked this episode, we had an episode before, watch the YouTube and really just book some time with us and learn some more about holistic spiritual healing and being present as who you are. Sophia and I are huge on promoting and really just helping you be the best that you can be. Thank you all so much. Sophia, anything to finish the call with?
Like you said, we love supporting. One of my work is also as a healer. I have set amount of healings that I do, and I love connecting with other healers to put out their work because I do have clients that may need your support. So please reach out. I have a feature system where I work with Holistic Concierge as the bridge to connecting other healing modalities to the world. So if you're a holistic healer, reach out to me and let's connect.
All right, everybody, have a great day.